Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Fatima Azara Panirungi from Group 6. And today, for my civics presentation, I will be talking about the sociocultural unison through Nusantara's vision. First of all, what is Nusantara's vision? Nusantara's vision is Indonesia's own form of democracy in which it is based on our ideology, which is Pancasila and other pillars such as the Constitution and many other ideologies that has to do with the Pancasila itself. Number two, in its implementation, the Nusantara's vision can be implemented into many different fields of Indonesia's own government system, such as in political, it is implemented to create a healthy political relationship that is non-discriminative and functions for the greater good of the people of Indonesia as a whole. In economical sector, it is implemented to spread the knowledge of how one can properly utilize Indonesia's numerous natural resources for the greater good without wasting or misconducting the natural resources itself. This implementation has an overall procedure or overall vision into making Indonesia's economy greater. Now, implementation in defense. In defense, Nusantara's vision can be used to create a better defense system or country's defense system through our unison of culture and without any non-discrimination. Now, for socioculture, implementation in socioculture is implemented to maintain and possibly improve the unison of the nation itself through toleration and non-discrimination to any differences, whether it be race, religion, gender, etc., that can be found in Indonesian society. The impacts of Nusantara's vision can be seen through two things. Number one is the Nusantara's vision, Nusantara Vision's position in Indonesia's government system, which has been set into a whole new different level since Indonesia implemented this system. Nusantara's vision is now seen as one of the main pillars of the nation itself, alongside Constitution, Indonesia's unison, and as well as Pancasila. Number two is the exposure to the outside world's culture and habit. Now, as we know, Nusantara's vision is basically the implementation of how Indonesia's culture is fully based on the ideologies or ideas of Pancasila. But does that mean that Indonesia completely rejects the outside world's overall culture and habits that comes with globalization? No, it does not mean that. Indonesia will not fall behind times, and it will continue to improve alongside globalization. However, it does mean that the cultures and habits that will be implemented that is taken from globalization will be properly screened and properly watched to not implement the wrong ideas or the wrong ideologies that does not match Indonesia's overall ideologies from Pancasila. This is what it means when we talk about the Nusantara's vision implementation in social culture. Now, what are the threats to Nusantara's vision's implementations? There are basically two different threats from the outside and from the inside. From the outside, as we know, it's basically the threats that comes with globalization and how the newest information can create a new culture that may have diverged from our original ideology as Pancasila, while inside threats come from the people and citizens of Indonesia itself. Usually it is caused by ignorance and a lack of understanding, as well as a lack of intention or want to improve their own knowledge through globalization or through newest informations. These people usually refuses to change their traditional way of thinking, and instead it creates a threat to Nusantara's vision. For the outside threat, for example, is that the globalization may bring upon an individualistic nature where everybody cares for themselves and results in a selfish community, a hedonistic nature where looks and overall statue or overall looks is very important and creating a hedonistic nature, and as well as westernization. As we all know, westernization usually comes from globalization that comes with other cultures from the Western world. Now, inside threats can be caused by a traditional way of thinking that results in the citizens unable to grow as a citizen because of their reluctant or their refusal to improve their way of thinking. Number two is dangerous customs or cultures, such as a few Indonesian customs that states if there is a crime, then one must be punished through death. As we all know, this is a huge controversy because execution itself has been debated for years, and allowing such a custom to live will basically makes us unable to improve as a society itself. And traditional based pressure or pressures, traditional way of thinking pressures that makes Indonesia's citizens unable to grow as a citizen or as a society. For example, the traditional way of thinking that a woman must not work. This is a huge, huge violation to one of the SDGs pronounced by the UN, which is gender equality, where all women are allowed to work and allowed to make their own money, allowed to make their own profits, and no such thing as non-gender equality can be used to help them back. Okay, so basically what I can say about Nusantara's vision is that when it's implemented into social culture, it can cause a unison, and that unison must be protected and maintained at all costs by every single citizens of Indonesia. That way, we can maintain our unison and we can improve as a citizen as a whole. So, thank you very much for watching this presentation. I do apologize if I stutter or if there is any misinformation, as well as if there is any wording in my wordings. That will be all from me. Once again, my name is Fatima Zara Palindungi. I am from Group 6, and thank you very much for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.